It's amazing when you're playing a lot of games back to back or whatever, you could get fed up or tired of it, but seeing that we've had 3-4 well, I've had a 3 or 4 month break. I know the Sarsfield fellas and the Newtown fellas are still involved, so having a 3-4 month layoff and having spent a month in Australia, obviously enough this time of the year, the appetite is getting back again. So I think all we can do now is just keep the head down and fellas individually work away. Unfortunately, we can't kind of regroup until the other side of Christmas because of the new condition that the J imposed. But we could get over that by fellas individually just working away and just wait till the new year, and hopefully, I suppose, saying that you want to get involved is one thing, but like literally that's up to Dennis and his management team, Dennis Walsh and his management team, to draft up the panel or whatever, and hopefully like the nucleus of the majority of fellas this year will be involved next year.
One of your characteristics as a player over the years obviously would be 110% commitment to training, even your own individual sessions. Are you still as committed to that as you were, say, 5-6 years ago? Yeah, certainly.
I think the age factor is kind of helped in that way to kind of give as much in as you can, because literally being my age at the moment, 32 years of age, I don't have many years or year left. Do you know what I mean? So like literally when you're able to do it and when you have the chance to do it, you might as well give it give a holly, as a man says. It's different if you kind of early 20s, 23, 24, because at least like that if next year doesn't work out to be fine, at least you have other years, please God. But look, I'm in a different situation, so look, that's just the way it is anyway. And I love to finish off my career with another All-Ireland or 2, if that's possible or whatever. I'm lucky enough, a lot of the fellas are lucky enough to have 3 All-Ireland medals, but I'd certainly like to finish off with having more, and that is the that is the focus, and that is the carrot.
This Cork team has kind of been described as a team in transition recently, coming into next year. But if you actually look at it, it's actually quite an exciting time for this Cork team, because you've never had this long a layoff. This year's exit was your earliest exit in a long, long time. I suppose the last couple of seasons have been characterised by strikes over the winter. You now have a time where you could have a bit of respite. You can tear into it now, a proper pre-season and a new exciting manager in Dennis Walsh. So it is an exciting time.
I agree with you. I think both players and management, whoever. Well, we know who the management is, but whoever the player is going to be involved, that they have a good winter to look forward to in terms of just solely key focus and training. Unfortunately, that's been hampered like last 2 seasons, and we won't go in there. But like everyone knows, like for obvious reasons, we haven't had a good solid training base for the last 2 winters. So literally, there's a lot of things to like and look forward to in 2010, and. Like, mark my words, it's amazing what kind of solid, good preparation does to teams. Like, she's looking back at the years when we were competing well between 2003 and 6. I mean, the reason why we were successful is not because we had good players. Yeah, that helped. But when you look at when I look at my diary and the training that we did, it was continuous, it was solid, it was very good, and fellas were conditioned, primed, ready for the summer. So if we could get that beneath us, like, who knows next season, and all that it takes is just one big scalp, or one big game to turn around. So and I think it's an exciting time for the management, because like basically, I mean, they're given a free kind of blanket note to kind of shape things around for the next season. And look, the word is focus, and if we could get focus and everyone could get focus and the job in hand to get ready for Tipperary next summer, I think we can go places, please God.
On a personal level, Sean Og, what keeps you going? And we mentioned that appetite earlier on. What are the what's your motivation? I suppose coming back into the camp now, you're going to be looking at the likes of Kevin Hartnett, a very good, solid player, a guy who probably should have seen more championship time over the last few years. I think he's going on 26 next year, so he wouldn't be too young. But you've got Joe Jordan then coming up as well, another very good wing back. So these guys are going to be knocking at the door and looking to take that number 7 jersey off you.
Of course, and that's the way it should be. I remember when I was kind of, drafted onto the panel or whatever, and like you had wing backs like Kieran McGuck and David Kirk, and basically like my aim was to take the number 7 off them, like, and that's the nature of sport, and that's competition, and basically it's good to know when you have the likes of Kevin Hart and Joe Jordan coming up clipping at your heels, because like that keeps me motivated and kind of hungry to keep on to my players, and it's good when you have those fellas involved, because like literally, look, there'll come a day when I'm not going to be involved and you have guys ready to jump in and make their claim, and if we can have that all over the team, all over the 15 positions, where the 15 guys that are there, that they've earned, they've done a hard to get to that position, and they know like that if they don't produce the goods, that there's guys in reserves on the bench ready to come in, and like literally it's a matter of just creating that culture again, which we've had, and which I've no doubt Dennis is trying to instill again. So it's a good sign when you have everyone on their toes, and it's probably a better sign when when a team is named that there's probably 15 fellas or 14 or how many, that depends how many the manager can carry on a panel, but like it was always a good sign when you had 10-11 fellas very disappointed that didn't make the team or whatever, because like literally that you have fellas there like that given a chance, like that they'll go in and do a good job for you.
You've obviously been fortunate enough to work with some great managers during your time with the Cork Seniors, Jimmy Barry Murphy, obviously, Donal O'Grady, John Allen. Dennis Walsh is here now, and I suppose this year past that he had to get a year's work done in a few weeks really, but you now got a chance you can work off a clean slate, a fresh start. How much are you looking forward to that?
I think the players are looking forward to working with the new management team for a full year. Okay, this year where you only had three months to prepare, and like literally, I know losing the Galway and the way we exited the championship was a huge, it was a huge disappointment. But having looked back in it, kind of considering where we were starting from, the management team did a great job, and morale was at an all-time low, and literally, the management had to get the spirits up, which we did. Went away in a few training weekends, one up in Clare and another one down in Waterford, and that tended to bond kind of the players together, because like literally you had a mixture of kind of young, old, and kind of the fellas that were involved in the strike, and the other fellas, you had a couple that weren't involved in the strike, and it was a hard job, but they did a great job, to be honest, looking back on it. And with a full year ahead, I think the only way we could go is up, and literally, look, I can assure you with this probably management team, they leave no stone unturned, like in Cork, like kind of competing for honours this year.
And obviously the draw for the 2010 Munster Championship made last week, Tipperary, I suppose it's the hardest draw you could have got, but at the same time it's one that you'll relish. Tipperary were probably the team of last year, even though Kilkenny won the All-Ireland. But if you look back, there was only a puck of a ball between the two of you up in Thurles this year, so you have nothing to fear really going into that game.
To be honest, not really. The tradition between Cork and Tip speaks for itself. It's funny, the chemistry between Cork and Tip is kind of funny, really, because like literally the team that's expected to win or informed doesn't necessarily come out, in Cork and Tip clashes. And I suppose the beauty about this one is no matter what we do from here on till next May, until we play them, we're probably going to be ranked outsiders, and that probably suits us better. Looking at Tipperary, they were desperately unlucky to not win the All-Ireland this year. I thought they were. I thought they deserved to win it. On general play, just unfortunately, just few things kind of went, backfire against them. And they'll be probably more hungry knowing that they're nearly there. They need to tweak a few more things. But like as you said it, we could have easily beaten Tipperary this year. In the first round with like about 6 weeks preparation. Mm-hmm. So that'll give us great confidence, like that if like seeing that we're gonna have like 8 months of preparation ahead of us, like that we can, we could upset the odds that day. So we look forward to it. And anyway, it's a Cork Tipperary clash down in Páirc Uí Chaoimh. Whoever's going to be the 15 Cork fellas going onto the pitch, and the subs, the 14 subs that are going to follow behind them. If you need to motivate a Cork fella for a Cork Tip clash, well, he's no good to you. So I think that's kind of whetting the appetite as we speak.